Okay, ma. So this is the last concept in kinetic theory of gases, ma. So what are the different methods of heating a gas that we are going to discuss here? Okay. So there are many processes: isochoric process, isobaric process, clear nama, isothermal process, adiabatic process. Many processes are there. So all those processes we are going to study now. So isochoric process means what? This is a process where we heat a gas or we cool a gas such that volume should remain a constant. Clear nama? So give some examples of where you can heat the gas by making volume to be constant. In a closed container. Heating a gas in a closed container is an example of isochoric process where volume of the gas remains constant. Clear nama? Similarly, melting of ice. Melting of ice also is an example. No? If you start melting ice, volume does not change. Volume of water slightly reduces, but that is negligible. Okay, similarly heating of ice, all these are examples where volume of the system remains constant. So this is called as an isochoric process. Clear, no? So if you take ideal gas equation, we know PV is equals to nRT, no? PV is equal to nRT. So volume of the gas is a constant. So therefore I can write P is equals to nR by V multiplied by T. I can write like this, no? So V is a constant, volume is a constant, number of moles is a constant, R is also a constant. So I can say nR by V remains to be a constant. Clear, no? So if nR by V remains to be a constant, then I can write P is equals to K into T, where I am considering this constant to be K. Able to understand? So therefore I can also write the same relation. P is directly proportional to temperature. I can write like this also, no? Pressure is directly proportional to temperature. So if you draw pressure and time graph, okay, ma? Sorry, pressure and temperature graph. So how I can draw the graph? This is pressure and this is temperature. Are you able to understand, ma? So this graph I have to draw like this, no? This will be the shape of the graph. Are you able to understand, ma? Because as pressure increases, temperature also increases. Okay. Similarly, if I draw two graphs, for example, this is pressure and this is temperature. Okay, ma? For example, if I draw two graphs, so these are the two graphs I have drawn. Already we discussed them, no? Again, we have to discuss in KTG also. Clear? For example, consider this is making an angle of theta 1 and this is making an angle of theta 2. Okay? So, in this process, for every process, volume should remain a constant, no? Volume should remain constant. So, here we are heating the gas at a constant volume of V1 and here we are heating the gas at constant volume of V2. So, throughout this process, volume is V1. Throughout this process, volume is V2. Volume is remaining constant. Are you able to understand? Now, the question is V1 is greater or V2 is greater? That already we have discussed previously, no? Now, this one we will try to understand by using equation of a straight line. Okay, this is the equation which we have written, no? So, P is equals to nR by V multiplied by T. Okay, so this total is a constant. This is a constant, no? So, comparing this one, comparing with equation of straight line. Okay, ma? If I compare this one with an equation of a straight line, what is the equation of a straight line? Y is equal to mx plus c. Okay, c value is how much? 0, no? There is no c in this term. Okay, so this is p, nothing but on y axis, comparing with y. Clear, no? And on x axis, what I am taking? On x axis I am taking temperature. So x is nothing but t here. Okay, so mx. So c is not there, no? So c is a constant. Sorry, c is a 0. What is meant by c is 0? C is 0, it means that there is no y-intercept at the starting of the graph. It means the graph will start from 0, 0. That is the meaning of this one. If c is 0, there is no y-intercept. Y-intercept will become 0. That is how we study equation of a straight line, no? And what is m in this condition? M is nothing but slope. Compare this one with this one. What is the slope here? nR by V is a slope. That's all, no? So, slope of the graph is nothing but tan theta. Slope is represented by tan theta only, no, ma? And in this condition, tan theta is nR divided by V. Okay, ma? So this is theta. And if you take tan of that theta, that is called as slope of a graph. So slope is nothing but how much? nR divided by V. Are you able to understand? So one thing which I can say here is, slope is inversely proportional to volume, no, ma? Slope is inversely proportional to volume. It means if volume increases, slope reduces. Okay. Now here in this condition, theta values, they are less than 90 degrees, no? Theta 1 is also less than 90, theta 2 is also less than 90. So therefore, theta 2 is greater than theta 1. So tan theta 2 is greater than tan theta 1. So second slope is greater. It means second volume is lesser. Because why? Because slope is inversely proportional to volume. Are you able to understand? So therefore I say theta 1 is greater than theta 2. Theta 1 greater than theta 2. Theta 2 is greater than theta 1. So therefore, what about the tan theta? Tan theta 2 is greater than tan theta 1. Slope of the graph. Okay. So if a slope is greater, well, a volume is lesser because they are inversely proportional. So therefore we can say V2 is less than V1. So this is how I can study these graphs with the help of slope concept also. Previously we studied by using another method, We have taken a constant temperature or constant pressure. Then by using gas laws we have understood which volume will be greater. Now this is further easy method by taking slope concept. Okay, so convert this equation in terms of equation of a straight line. See what is the slope of the graph and see how slope is dependent on the values which we are checking. Very easily you can understand. Is it clear? So this is one process which is called as isochoric process. So which one is a constant here? Volume is a constant. Further, if I draw some more graphs. Okay, completed ma? Okay. So if I draw some more graphs like volume versus temperature, okay ma? Or if I draw some more graphs like volume versus pressure, then can you say how the graphs will be? Volume versus temperature, volume versus pressure. What is this process? Volume is a constant, so whatever may be the change in temperature or pressure, volume should never change. So graph will be parallel to x-axis. That's all. This is my graph. Are you able to understand, ma? That's all. Okay. Right now. The concentration. The concentration చదువు మీద పెట్టింటే ఈ పాటికి అవును రా ఓకే. So isobaric process. What is meant by isobaric process? Here pressure remains constant. See, bar is the unit of measuring pressure, no? Like this you can remember. Bars is the unit of measuring pressure. So isobaric means pressure remains to be a constant. So therefore, if I take ideal gas equation, again, PV is equal to nRT, no? Pressure is remaining constant, so I will write V is equals to nR by P multiplied by temperature. I can write like this, okay? So where nR by P is what? nR by P remains a constant because pressure is a constant, number of moles is a constant, universal gas constant is already a constant, okay? Okay. So nR by P is a constant, so I can write V is equals to constant multiplied by temperature. Also I can write volume is directly proportional to temperature. ఇప్పుడే వాళ్ళు వస్తున్నారని చెప్పినారు, ఇంకా మీరు ఇక్కడే ఉన్నారు. ఓకేమా? సో దేర్ ఫోర్ ఇఫ్ ఐ వాంట్ టు డ్రా వాల్యూమ్ వర్సెస్ టైమ్ గ్రాఫ్, టెంపరేచర్ గ్రాఫ్, హౌ కెన్ ఐ డ్రా మా? సో డెఫినెట్లీ దిస్ విల్ బి ద గ్రాఫ్, నో? వాట్ ఈస్ ద రీజన్? బికాస్ అగైన్ యూ కెన్ కంపేర్ దిస్ రిలేషన్ with equation of a straight line. You can compare with y is equals to mx plus c. So c value is 0. So what is m here? M is nothing but slope of the graph. Slope is nothing but tan theta if this value is theta. Okay, and tan theta value is how much? nr divided by p. That's all, no? Okay, ma? So therefore if I draw two graphs, volume versus temperature, so this is one graph, this is another graph. So this total graph, it will be at a pressure of P1 and this total graph will be at a pressure of P2. Throughout one process, pressure should remain constant, no? So therefore this angle is theta 1, this angle is theta 2. Okay, so theta 1 and theta 2, they are less than 90 degrees, no? Theta 1 comma theta 2, they are less than 90 degrees. So therefore if theta 2 is greater than theta 1, definitely tan theta 2 will be greater than tan theta 1. Okay, tan theta is nothing but slope, and slope is inversely proportional to pressure. It is not directly proportional, inversely proportional to pressure. It means if tan theta 2 is greater, definitely I can say P2 will be less than P1. So I can write P2 is less than P1. Understood, no? So therefore I can say this pressure is less when compared to this pressure. Like this you can say. Okay. Similarly, if you want to draw some more graphs, how can you draw? Okay, ma? So this is pressure and this is temperature. This is pressure and this is volume. How can I draw the graphs, ma? There should be straight line, no? Parallel to temperature axis, parallel to volume axis. Because pressure is a constant. Understood, no? That's all. Okay, ma? So the next concept which we are studying is, the next process is isothermal process, ma? Thermal means temperature, no? Okay, ma? It means temperature of the system should remain constant. So you can supply heat energy or you can remove heat energy, but temperature should not change. Are you able to understand? For example, if you are taking a system containing gas and where a piston is present. So if you compress that piston, okay, ma? Then you are doing some work, no? If you are compressing a piston, you are doing some work, no, ma? So that work converts into internal energy of the gas. Are you able to understand? Automatically temperature of the gas will increase. For example, we know law of conservation of energy, no? Energy cannot be created, energy cannot be destroyed. It must be converted from one form to another form. Clear? So for example, if this is a container with a piston, clear, no, ma? If you are doing some work, you are pushing this piston downwards, then the work which you do, it converts into internal energy of the gas. Piston will reach up to here, no? Okay, ma? After compressing, volume reduces and temperature of the gas will increase. Why temperature increases? Because you have done some work on the gas. But we have to compress this gas without a change in temperature. It means that we have to do this process very, very, very slowly. Very slowly we have to do. That is the meaning of constant temperature. Are you able to understand, ma? Even if you expand the gas or even if you compress the gas, process should be very slow. So that as soon as temperature increases by small value, the temperature, increased temperature, heat energy should flow to the surroundings. It means you have to do the process very slowly. Then you can do work on the gas without a changing temperature. Similarly, if you expand gas ni expand cheste emautundi? If you expand the gas, temperature of the system should reduce. Okay, ma? But again here also you should do the process very slowly. Because as temperature reduces, heat energy will flow from surroundings into the system. So that temperature is again maintained constant. Are you able to understand? So finally the point which we should write here is, process should be very slow. Process should be very slow. Process means either heating of the gas or cooling of the gas. Anything you do, but do it very slowly. Okay, and walls of the container should be diathermic walls. Walls should be what kind of walls? Walls must be diathermic. Diathermic means what, ma? Diathermic means what? Diathermic means heat energy can go into the system or out of the system. If it is adiabatic wall, then even if you do the system very slowly or very fastly, temperature will definitely change. Okay? Because heat energy cannot escape this container, no? Heat energy can escape only when walls are diathermic. Is it clear? So therefore, temperature should remain constant. Now if I write ideal gas equation, I will write PV is equal to nRT. Temperature is a constant, no, ma? So N is a constant, R is a constant, T is also a constant. So therefore I will write PV is a constant. Clear, no? The product of pressure into volume is a constant. Okay? So also I can say pressure is inversely proportional to volume at constant temperature, constant mass. Constant mass is also called as same number of moles. Both are same, no? Are you able to understand now? So pressure is inversely proportional to volume. Pressure increases, volume should decrease. Then only their product remains to be constant. Therefore, if you draw the graph between them, how can I draw the graph? Pressure versus volume graph. This should be the graph, shape of the graph. Understood, Nama? Because as pressure decreases, volume should increase. Okay? And the same type of graphs, if I draw like this, pressure, volume. So this is first graph, this is second graph. Clear, Nama? This one is at a temperature of T1, this one is at a temperature of T2. Okay? Now can you say T1 is greater or T2 is greater? Two types of graph. This total graph at same temperature. Total second graph at a different temperature. Okay, ma? So T1 is greater or T2 is greater? T2 is greater. How can you say? Very simple, you take either pressure constant or volume constant. Clear? For example, if I take volume constant. At this volume, this is pressure P1 and this is pressure P2. Okay? So when volume is a constant, pressure in the second graph, pressure is greater, no? So pressure is directly proportional to temperature, no? Pressure is inversely proportional or directly proportional? Directly proportional. It means as pressure is increasing, temperature also should increase. So definitely I can say T2 must be greater than T1 in this graph. Okay? That's all. This is how you can analyze this graph, which is called as isothermal process. Okay, ma'am? So, and in chemistry also we have drawn some more graphs, like PV graph. PV on x-axis, and I will take P on y-axis. Similarly, PV on y-axis, V on x-axis. Then what should be the shape of the graph? They should be parallel to x-axis, these graphs. Why they are parallel? PV is always a constant, no? Whatever may be the pressure, whatever may be the volume, PV should always remain a constant. That's it. Understood, no? So, even if pressure changes, volume changes, PV product doesn't change. That is why graph is a straight line. Okay? Okay. So, Seema. So, this is the next question. So, in this is a PV graph which is given, pressure versus volume graph. So, temperature at point A is given. So, only here temperature is given. Other temperatures we don't. So, this is the only temperature which we know. And here what is the temperature at point A? Temperature is given as T0. Then find the temperature at points B and C. So, at point B also and point C also, we need to find out the temperature of the gas. Okay. Then also we have to draw pressure versus temperature graph and volume versus temperature graph for the same graph. Okay. This is the graph of P and V, no? So, PT graph, VT graph we have to draw for the same process. Okay. So, now let us see. So, first of all, I will start from A to B. I will travel from A, then I will travel up to B. Clear, no? So, in traveling from A to B, can you say what kind of process is this? Isochoric process, no? Because volume is remaining a constant. Clear, no? Same volume, no? At a point A also volume is V0. At a point B also volume is V0. Same volume. So, therefore, this is what kind of process? This is isochoric process. Clear, no? So, if it is isochoric process, then volume remains to be a constant. If volume remains to be a constant, then pressure is directly proportional to temperature. That's all. Pressure is directly proportional to temperature if volume is a constant. Therefore, what I can write from the same relation, I can write P1 by T1 is equals to P2 divided by T2. Can I write like this? P by T will be a constant, no? If T comes to this side, P by T should be a constant. So, P1 by T1 is equal to P2 by T2. Okay. So, at point A, what is the pressure? P0. Point B, 2 P0. At point A, temperature? T0. So, here temperature I don't know. Can't I find out by this relation? So, let us see what we will get. So, initial pressure is P0. Initial temperature is T0. Final pressure is 2 P0. Final temperature, I don't know. Temperature at point B. Clear, no? So, therefore, P0 to P0 get cancelled. So, temperature at point B is how much, ma? It is 2 T0. So, this is the temperature at point B. Have you understood? So, by using which method we have calculated, ma? By using the process of isochoric process. Pressure remains to be a constant. Clear, no? Volume, volume is remaining to be constant, sorry. Clear? So, therefore, what is the temperature at point B? Temperature at point B is how much, ma? It is 2 T0. That's all, no? One point I have calculated. Now, I am moving in which process? I am moving from B to C. B to C. Clear? So, in traveling from B to C, what kind of process is this? Ashish Vidyarthi, Manlokamlone unnava? Mane unnavu kada. Samadhiloంచి బయటికి రా. Samadhi avastha antaru danni. Okay, ma? So, this is what kind of process, ma? Isobaric process. Pressure is a constant, no? Isobaric process. Clear? So, I can say pressure is a constant. If pressure is a constant, variables are what? Volume and temperature, they are variables. చెప్పండి ఏ లోకంలో ఉన్నారు? పెళ్ళికి రాలేదు మీరు, క్లాస్ వినడానికి వచ్చినారు, నీట్గా వినండి. పెళ్ళికి వస్తే ఇట్లా కూర్చుంటారు మీ మాదిరే. ఫంక్షన్ జరుగుతుంటే చూస్తా, వాడు ఎందుకు ఫంక్షన్ చేస్తున్నాడో తెలియదు, మీరు ఎందుకు చూస్తున్నారో మీకు ఊరు తెలియదు. క్లాస్ ఇది, అట్లా వినకూడదు. ఓకేనా? అట్లా విన్నారంటే మీకు పెళ్ళి జరగదు, చూడడానికి ఎవరు ఉండరు మళ్ళీ. ఓకే. సో వాల్యూమ్ ఈస్ డైరెక్ట్లీ ప్రపోర్షనల్ టు temperature. So, how can I draw the relation between them? V1 by T1 must be equal to V2 divided by T2. That's all, no? So at point B, how much is the volume? V0. Point C, 2 V0. At point B, temperature 2 T0. So here temperature I don't know. So let us substitute them. So therefore, initial volume is V0, initial temperature is T0, final volume is 2 V0, final temperature is temperature at point C. 2 T0. Here temperature is 2 T0, no, very good. Kanukuntaro ledo ani atla rasina annamata. So 2 T0. Clear? So therefore, what are the terms which get cancelled? V0 and V0 will get cancelled, ma. So Tc is equals to 4 into T0. That's all, no? Okay. So therefore, what is the temperature at point C, ma? Temperature at point C is 4 T0. So I have answered the first question. Find out the temperature at B, C. Okay. Now by using this data, now we have to draw PT graph and VT graph, which is the toughest part in this question. Okay, come on, make a note up to here. Okay, see, ma. Now let us see how we can draw this PT graph, ma, from this graph of PV graph. Okay. Now see, so PT graph. First of all, in drawing these graphs, you see the minimum variables and maximum values which are present. Okay, minimum pressure is P0, no? Maximum pressure is 2 P0. So just draw those graphs only, those values only in the graph. Clear? So let us consider this is a minimum value P0 and this is the maximum value 2 P0. Because only pressure is varying only between P0 and 2 P0 only, those values are enough for in the graph. Okay. Temperature minimum and maximum values. Minimum is T0, maximum is 4 T0. So accordingly you have to draw the graph. Okay. So I will say this is temperature T0 and this is temperature 2 T0. Clear, ma? And this is temperature 3 T0 and this is temperature 4 T0. These are the graphs. Okay. So now see the first graph from A to B. This is the first process, no? A to B. In A to B, what is happening? Volume is remaining to be a constant. Initial pressure, P0. Initial temperature, T0. So P0 and P0, they will meet here, no? Clear, no? And what about the second graph, point B? This is point A. Clear, no? This is point B. At point B, what is the pressure? 2 P0. 2 P0 is the pressure. And what is the temperature, ma? Temperature is 2 T0. So therefore, graph, these are the two coinciding points, no? So it means this is my graph. Are you able to understand, ma? So and I am moving in this direction. Directions are also important, ma. Without directions, you can never understand we are moving in which direction. So he gave, we are moving from A to B, no? So our process also, we should move from A to B. This is the graph. Are you able to understand? Now, you go for the second process, B to C. Okay, ma? It means I will start from here. Now see what are the ending points at point C. At point C, temperature is 4 T0. And what about pressure? Pressure is 2 P0. So it means pressure is remaining at 2 P0, but temperature is moving up to 4 T0. And what is the graph of 4 T0? This is the graph. Understood, Nama? It means I am reaching up to here. So this is my point C. And I am moving in which direction? I am moving in this direction. Clear? So this is my graph. This is my PT graph. Are you able to understand, ma? So the conditions are for drawing another graph. First you have to check the minimum values and maximum values. So write all those minimum and maximum values in the graph and then you proceed according to the given data or the data which you have derived. Are you able to understand? So make that a note point. Note point is that, clear, ma? So in drawing another graph, okay, check maximum and minimum values of required parameters. Okay, and you have to draw all of them in the graph. Clear, Nama? Now let us go for the second graph. Which is the second graph? VT graph. Okay, it means I will take volume on y-axis and I will take a temperature on x-axis. Clear, no? Now see, volume is varying from where to where? Minimum volume is V0 and final volume is 2 V0. So therefore I will take minimum value is V0 and I will take maximum value is 2 V0. Temperature minimum is T0, maximum is 4 T0. So therefore this is T0, clear, ma? And this one is 2 T0, this one is 3 T0 and this one is 4 T naught. These are the graphs. Okay. Now first I will start from A to B. So at A, what volume and time graph only, no? Initial volume is V naught here. And initial temperature is how much? Initial temperature is T naught. So therefore, this is my graph. This is my first point. Understood, no? And this point I will call it as point A. Now see, where is point B? Here is my point B. At a point B, what is the volume? Volume is remaining same. Volume is remaining same. But what is temperature? Temperature has become double, 2 T naught. So it means volume should remain same, but the temperature should increase up to 2 T naught. So this is my graph and this is my point B. Are you able to understand, ma? So then I go from B to C. Okay. So at C, what is the volume? Volume has become double, 2 V naught, and temperature has become again double, that is 4 T naught. So how to make volume double? So this is my volume double point, and this is my temperature becoming 4 T naught. So both of them, they are meeting here, no? So this is my graph. Understood, no? So therefore, this is point C. That's all. This is my graph. Are you able to understand, no? So from one graph, he may ask you to draw any other graph, then this is the method of drawing the second graph. Okay? That's it. Okay. So now see this question. A vertical cylindrical tank, let us draw the figure of this one. Okay. So this is a cylindrical tank. Okay. Consider this is a piston which is present on this tank. What is the height of this tank? Height of this tank is 1 meter, or you can write 100 centimeters. Okay. So its top end is closed by a tightly fitted frictionless piston of negligible mass. It means mass of the piston we are not supposed to consider. Okay. Air inside the cylinder is at a absolute temperature of 1 atmosphere. So what is the initial temperature or initial pressure of this one? 1 atm pressure. Okay. Inside the cylinder. Okay. Outside the cylinder? Outside the cylinder also 1 atmosphere. Atmospheric pressure 1 atm only, no? That is why it is called as atmospheric pressure. So inside also 1 atmosphere, outside also 1 atmosphere. Then what we are doing, the piston is depressed by pouring mercury on it very slowly. Very slowly means what? Already I explained, you know. Very slowly means temperature remains to be a constant. That is called as very slowly. Pour one drop, another drop, another drop. So mercury is poured very slowly, so the temperature does not increase. Okay. So one point which I can write is temperature is remaining constant. Then the piston is depressed by pouring mercury. How far will the piston descend before mercury spills over the top of the cylinder and temperature is maintained constant? It means I have to draw second diagram. So this is the second diagram. So in second diagram, what we are doing, we are pouring mercury, no? If I pour mercury, what happens to the piston? Piston starts moving downwards. That is what happens, no? Okay, piston starts moving downwards, and this is the total amount of mercury which is present on the top of this piston. We are pouring mercury so that because of weight of mercury, piston goes downwards. Are you able to understand? So how much mercury I can pour so that finally mercury starts leaking out? Mercury should, what is the name given to this one? Mercury spills out. Okay, so mercury before it spills, how much mercury I can pour, or up to what length of mercury I can pour, that I want to calculate. Clear, no? So this is x value, and this x value only I am supposed to calculate. Okay. Now anybody, can you say how can I do this calculation? Based on which law I can do this calculation? Isothermal process. Why it is isothermal process? Temperature is remaining constant, no? And if temperature is remaining a constant, then what is the equation? Okay, ma? So temperature is a constant, no? If temperature is a constant, pressure is inversely proportional to volume, or I can say PV remains to be a constant. Okay. Now the question is, PV remains a constant inside this piston or outside the piston? Both. Wow. It is only for closed cylinders only. It is not outside. Outside temperature, pressure, everything remains same only. Are you able to understand? So inside the closed container, these gas laws will be applicable. PV is a constant inside this cylinder. Okay. Now see here, pressure can be measured in terms of centimeters of mercury also, no? In fluid mechanics, we will go through this one. pressure can be measured in terms of centimeters of mercury also. Because we measure pressure by using barometer, no? And what is the process of measuring pressure? Continuously, we check the length of the mercury column which is present in the barometer, and by seeing what is the length of mercury, we find out atmospheric pressure. Or simply saying, I can say that in a barometer experiment, I can say 76 centimeters of mercury is equal to 1 atmosphere pressure. Okay, ma? Pressure can be measured in terms of centimeters of mercury also. And while studying barometer, we will deeply discuss about that one. Now, just up to now, you remember how many centimeters of mercury column will make 1 atmospheric pressure, ma? 76 centimeters of mercury column will make 1 atm pressure. Are you able to understand? Okay. Now, we are pouring some centimeters of mercury, no? That is how much? X centimeter. Total centimeters, 100. So, therefore, remaining centimeters is how much? 100 minus X. That's all, no, ma? So, because temperature is a constant, can I write P1 V1 is equals to P2 V2? Definitely I can write, no? So, P1 V1 is the initial pressure, initial volume. P2 V2 are the final pressures and final volume. That's all, no? Initial pressure is how much? Not in terms of atmospheres. Centimeter, because we are pouring mercury, no, ma? We will try to study pressure in terms of centimeters of mercury. Clear? Initial pressure? 76 centimeters of mercury. Initial volume is how much for this cylinder? That is length. I want volume. Volume can be written as area of cross section multiplied by height, no? Area of cross section, length into breadth, the base of the cylinder, multiplied by height will give volume. Because in volume you should get length, breadth and height, no? Length and breadth I will get by area of cross section, multiply by just height, then you will get the volume of the cylinder. Okay, ma? So, area of the cross section is how much? Area of cross section I don't know, let it be A. Because area of cross section is not changing, no? Here also area of cross section A only, here also area of cross section A only. This is a cylinder, no, ma? What is its area of cross section? Pi r square. Cylinder means the base of the cylinder, it will be in the shape of a circle, no? What is the area of a circle? Pi r square. That you need not substitute, that you write A here. Okay, ma? So, area of cross section is A. And what is the initial length of the gas? 100 centimeter. So, by this method I will get total volume of the gas. Area of cross section multiplied by length of the gas. Okay. So, this is equal to P2 V2. Final pressure? Final pressure? No. Final pressure has increased, no, ma? Clear? So, see, ma, in which condition mercury starts spilling out? If you are pouring mercury, piston is continuously going downwards, no? Are you able to understand, ma? If piston is going downwards, what happens to the pressure? Pressure increases. Why pressure is increasing? Because volume is decreasing, no? Temperature is a constant, no, ma? Volume is continuously decreasing, pressure is continuously increasing. Okay. So, at a particular condition, pressure cannot increase further. Pressure cannot increase further because this gas is exerting lot of pressure on this container. Force is continuously acting on the container. Okay. So, beyond a certain value, you cannot pour mercury. Only up to certain level only you can pour mercury. It means pressure has compulsorily increased, no? How much pressure has increased, can you say? Initial pressure is 76 centimeter, no? In addition to that, X centimeter of mercury is additionally added, no, ma? Initially, how much pressure? 76. In addition to that, how many centimeters? X. So, total pressure? 76 plus X, that's it. Are you able to understand? Because why we are taking pressure here in terms of centimeters only? Because I want this height only, no? And that is the column of mercury only, no, ma? So, that is the reason why I am taking pressure in terms of mercury column. Are you able to understand? So, therefore, final pressure will be 76 plus X. Okay. Already there is 1 atmosphere pressure. In addition to that, we are pouring some more mercury, no? So, pressure increases by this much value. Okay. So, 76 plus X. Final volume. This is interesting. Final volume. Total initial volume is 100 into A. In a final volume? 100 minus X into A. That's all. Area of cross section same, no, ma? So, area of cross section remains to be A only. But what is the length of column now? Length of column is only 100 minus X. Clear, no? So, multiplied by 100 minus X. Clear, no? Okay. So, A and A, they will get cancelled, no, ma? Now, what is the only variable I have? X is the only variable which I have. Okay. So, just to calculate X value, that is my required answer. That's it. Understood, no? So, therefore, answer is 24 centimeters. That is my answer. So you can pour mercury only up to how much length? 24. After that mercury starts spilling downwards. Okay ma? Because pressure cannot increase beyond a certain value. Okay? ఇంకా అది పిస్టన్ని పైకి పుష్ చేస్తూ ఉంటుంది కదా, పిస్టన్ ఒక దూరం పోయి ఇంకా పెరగదు అనమాట. ఇంకా మీరు చేత్తో దుబ్బతే కానీ పెరగదు. ఓకే, దట్స్ ఇట్. ఓకేమా? సో సీ దిస్ మా. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ ఏ cylinder in which a piston is present. So one end of the piston is open to the atmosphere. It is open. So here there is no glass, it is open to the atmosphere. But other end there is a heater by which I can heat this glass. This is a heater. Okay. And by using this heater we are increasing the temperature from T0 to 2T0. Temperature we are increasing. Okay ma? Then what is the type of piston here? The gas expands and piston moves towards right. Okay ma? So if I raise the temperature, then what happens to pressure? Pressure also tend to increase. Previously, before heating, what is the condition? Let us see. Before heating this gas, so consider this is the piston ma. Okay, this is the piston. On this piston, so here force F1 and this force because of our atmosphere, this is force F2. Definitely I can say F1 is equal to F2. This is what will happen now. Are you able to understand ma? What is this force? This is the force given by the gas molecules on the piston. Force per area is called pressure. Okay. And what is this force? This is the force given by the air molecules which are present in the open container, and they will be in this direction. So these two forces, if they are equal, then pressures also will be equal, no? Because area of cross section of the piston, let us take it as A. Force per area is called as pressure. So F1 by A1, A only, is equals to F2 by A. Pressures are equal. But if I start heating the gas, then what will happen? If I start heating the gas, pressure tends to increase, no? So that increased pressure will apply more force on this piston. If pressure increases, force also increases. So because of that increased force, piston starts moving in this direction. Okay? So if piston moves, again what happens to the pressure? Pressure reduces. Clear, no? If volume expands, pressure automatically decreases. So this piston will move until which position? Vinali. Piston will move until again pressures are equal in both sides. Antavaraku malli piston move avutundi kada. Piston is moving only because of increased pressure. So once piston starts moving, here volume increases. If volume increases, again pressure falls down to original pressure of P0. So therefore what is my final diagram? My final diagram will be like this. Clear nama? This is the heater. So previously piston was present somewhere here, no? Now piston has reached up to here. Are you able to understand? So it means piston has moved in this direction by a distance of x. And that x value only we are supposed to calculate. Understood, no? So therefore what is the note point here we have to write? Okay ma? Piston moves until pressures become again equal on both sides. Okay ma? Okay, are you able to understand what is happening? So before that we will write one thing here. As temperature increases, pressure tends to increase. So force on piston increases. Okay ma? So when force on the piston increases, piston moves. Okay, and piston will move until which position? Until again pressures will remain same. So here the only pressure which is acting is P0 only, which is also called atmospheric pressure before heating. On both sides same pressure, no ma? So this side it is open to atmosphere, no? So which pressure? Atmospheric pressure. On the inside also same pressure is present. That is why piston is in rest position initially. Okay. Finally also here what is the pressure which is acting? Atmospheric pressure only. So inside this cylinder also which pressure should be there? Only atmospheric pressure. Okay ma? So inside this piston also which pressure should be there ma? Atmospheric pressure only must be present. Are you able to understand? Because we are discussing atmospheric pressure, because this is open to atmosphere, no ma? So here what is the pressure? Same pressure should be present inside also. Then only piston will be in rest position. Okay? Now see. So therefore this is a concept of constant pressure, no ma? Before heating also on both sides the same pressure should be there. After heating also same pressure should be present. Okay. So therefore I can say pressure is a constant. So this is what kind of condition? This is a condition of constant pressure. Okay. So if pressure is a constant, then what is the relation? Other relations. Volume is directly proportional to temperature. That's all, Nama. So therefore I can write, okay. So V1 by T1 must be equal to V2 divided by T2. That's all. What is the initial volume? Initial volume is V0, no? Okay, ma? So V0 divided by initial temperature was T0. Final volume, this is important. V0 plus V0 is volume, X is distance. How can you add them? Principle of homogeneity గుర్తులేదా? వాల్యూమ్ని వాల్యూమ్తోనే యాడ్ చేయాలి, లేదా ముదస్సిర్ని ఒక చెట్టుతో పెళ్లి చేసినట్టు ఉంటుంది అన్నమాట. పాపం దాంతో కాపురం చేయలేడు. ముదస్సిర్కి మనిషినిచ్చి పెళ్లి చేయాలన్నమాట. సో వాల్యూమ్ని వాల్యూమ్తోనే యాడ్ చేయాలి. చెప్పండి. ఏరియా ఇంటూ డిస్టెన్స్. ఓకేమా? సో ఇనీషియలీ piston was here, no? Piston was here. What is the increase in distance? X. Clear, no? So increase in volume is area of cross section multiplied by X. That is the additional volume. So therefore what is the total volume now? Initial volume V0 plus A into X divided by final temperature is how much, ma? Final temperature is 2T0. That's all. Now calculate X value from this one. That is our answer. Are you able to understand? Single step, that's it. Only one step answer. But all these assumptions you can assume in your brain. ఇవన్నీ మీరు చేయాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. This everything is understandable, no? If piston is moving, it means that it is moving only because of increased force. And it will move up to which position? Again pressures will become equal on both sides. That's all. So condition of constant pressure. So now substitute the values. Okay, ma? So temperature gets cancelled. So calculate X value. That is my answer. Okay, ma? V0 divided by A. That is our answer. Understood, Nama? That's it.